In Hill City, South Dakota is one of the world's most famous museums, and one that I've been very excited to visit. And here it is, the Black Hills Institute of Geological Research Museum. I gotta say, this museum is probably the most impressive one I've ever been to, for multiple reasons, which we'll get to later. There were so many dinosaurs here, many of which I had never seen displays of. Let's go through some of those right now. Liapleurodon was an 8-meter-long marine reptile from the Cretaceous period, living about 166 million years ago in what would soon become Europe. The Dakota raptor is one of the largest dromaeosaurs to ever have been discovered, and it might not actually exist. It's been suggested that the fossils that it was attributed to actually belong to several different types of dinosaurs rather than just one. Dinosaurs was one of the largest crocodilians ever discovered. It lived 83 million years ago in North America and could grow as large as 10 meters in length. Behind it is the skull of Sarcosuchus, another crocodile form that was absolutely enormous. Smaller than Dinosaurs at only 9 meters, but still enormous. It lived in South America as well as Africa. Tyrannosaurus rex is perhaps the most famous dinosaur ever to have existed. It lived 66 million years ago all across the North American continent and is the largest land predatory dinosaur ever discovered. In front of the T-Rex here is a juvenile individual of Tarbosaurus. Tarbosaurus is believed to be the closest ancestor to T-Rex, and it lived in Asia 70 million years ago. There were a couple of plaques detailing this particular T-Rex specimen, nicknamed Stan, so feel free to pause them if you want to. But essentially, Stan is one of the more famous T-Rex specimens ever discovered. The other two, of course, being Sue and Scotty, who are both two of the largest T-Rex specimens to have ever been uncovered. Archelon is the largest turtle ever discovered. It lived alongside T-Rex in North America 66 million years ago and could reach lengths of up to 4.6 meters. Velociraptor was a species of dromaeosaur that lived in Mongolia about 75 million years ago. Contrary to popular belief, it was pretty small. It only got about 1.5 meters long, a far cry from its portrayal in Jurassic Park. At over 4 meters tall, the Columbian mammoth is actually much larger than the woolly mammoth that everyone's familiar with. It lived during the early Pleistocene, around 1.5 million years ago, and inhabited North America. One of the specimens in this museum was Big Al 2, a very well-studied specimen of Allosaurus, which will be very important very soon. There are also a bunch of posters hung up around the room, focusing mostly on T-Rex, which is a very prevalent dinosaur in this museum. Overall, this is probably my favorite dinosaur museum I've ever been to, and not just because of the dinosaurs. The gift shop at this museum was also extremely impressive. They had real, genuine dinosaur fossils on sale for extremely good prices, so of course you know I had to make some purchases. Alright, so this is what I ended up getting. I got 2 fossils on the day we were at that museum, and that third one I'll talk about in a moment, but let's go over this. So this one right here, that is a Spinosaurus tooth. By the way, these are real, genuine fossils. Again, just wanted to clarify that. Genuine, real dinosaur fossils. The Spinosaurus tooth, that one's very nice. And then over here, we have a tooth from a mosasaur. Prognathodon is the genus. So it's a mosasaur tooth from Morocco. That one is really good. I love that one. And then there's this package. So a couple days, I think the day after we were at that museum, we went to a different museum that had some dinosaur fossils in. And I was just walking around the gift shop that they had, and a guy came up to me and he handed me this little baggie with some fossils in it. and he just gave it to me for free. So that was really cool of him, and I got to add them to my collection. So what they are, the big one is it's a fragment of bone from either a Triceratops or an Edmontosaurus. It doesn't say, it just says, that's just what it says. Either or, not too sure which one it is. Yeah, you can tell. And then the shark teeth, are from a genus of shark that was from the Cretaceous period. I forgot what the name of the actual species was. I did some research on it, but I can't remember. But yeah, that was very cool. So yeah, really good stuff. I'm gonna definitely be looking for more fossils in the future to add to the collection, because yeah, these are really cool, and I'm gonna have a lot more opportunities, I think, to get some more. But yeah, it's super cool. In terms of pricing, the final total turned out to be about $250, $15 for the mosasaur, and about $200 for the spinosaur. That's it for this video. Be sure to stay tuned, as there's going to be a lot more museum content coming very soon.